This video is brought to you by my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your generous support in funding this channel and keeping it up and running. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gavony Township, the show where it's not about me and my decks, it is about you and your decks, whether you're a patron of mine at patreon.com/magicalhacker, whether you're someone that has won one of my Facebook or Twitter giveaways, or whether you're a content creator that I'm collaborating with. And for today's episode, we've got a really special content creator here that I'm working with. I'm here with Jonathan Medina. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. So for those of you that may know or may not know, Jonathan is he has his own podcast, the Bizarre MTG podcast. He also has a Twitter account that everybody loves interacting there. I think you're doing a Discord too now, right?
Right. Yeah. We just well, I don't want to say we just started the Discord, but I just started focusing on it this year.
I got you. Awesome. Well, looking at this deck, this is a deck built by none other than Jonathan, and so he sent me his Korvold the Fae-Cursed King deck for us to play. And looking at this opening hand, we've got three lands. We've got Sheltered Thicket, Jungle, Hollow, and Blighted Woodland. So we've got our colors because we've got Sakura Tribe Elder in the hand. We've got Underworld Breach and Pernicious Deed. We've also got the Splendid Reclamation. So I think this is pretty keepable. What do you guys think? Or what do you think, Jonathan?
Do we have green mana that is untapped?
No, we don't. So I'd probably start off by playing one of those tapped green lands and then turn 2 Blighted Woodland for the Steve. What do you think about that?
That sounds good. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, let's go ahead. We'll keep this hand, and I'll pass it over to my opponents. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. This is a pretty good hand, I would assume for most commander decks. Being able to get down these lands and even that early Pernicious Deed could be pretty brutal against our opponents.
Yeah, that's one of the board wipes in the deck, and it's super important. It's kind of cool when you can play it and then play Korvold and then wipe everything under Korvold. Because then you get to draw a card off the sacrifice from the Pernicious Deed.
Oh, it's like a board wipe with the card draw on top of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Does Korvold only care about you sacrificing?
Yes. It's not like the red-black guy that says, whenever anyone sacrifices. Yeah. Mayhem Devil is the one I'm thinking of. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm excited to see how this deck plays out. I don't know if you took a look here at our opponents. We've got a Rune-Tail Kitsune Ascendant as one of the opponents, and then Golos the Tireless Pilgrim, and the last one here is Syr Elenora the Discerning. Interesting. I think I'm going to start off here with the Jungle Hollow. I guess you could do the Sheltered Thicket, but I have a feeling that the life gain here, getting that early on, is not too bad. Yeah, I guess after that, we're going to go ahead and say no possible play, yield all, and pass it over to our opponents. Yeah, so this first opponent here, Jay Wander, is playing Rune-Tail Kitsune Ascendant. Have you seen this a whole lot in Commander?
Is it like mono white? I can't actually see the commanders. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just like not Magic Online smart.
No, you know what? Actually, the last time that happened with me, I had the same issue. I think part of it has to do with joining in as a watcher before people keep their hands. For whatever reason, it hides their commanders, of course.
I'm going to jump out and then jump in to watch again just so I can...
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Try that. But yeah, here the first opponent we've got is Rune-Tail Kitsune Ascendant. 3 mana for a legendary 2/2 Fox Monk. That says whenever you have 30 or more life, flip Rune-Tail Kitsune Ascendant. And then on the other side, it's a legendary enchantment that says prevent all damage that will be dealt to creatures you control. So I'm not even sure what to expect from Rune-Tail. I've only seen it a couple of times, and every time that I've seen it, I'm not really sure what the deck is trying to do other than be just like a mono-white good stuff deck. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like mono-white life gain, though. I have no idea. I guess it could be Enchantress too. That's another possibility. Yeah, just not sure. I'm going to go ahead and we're back to our turn here. We had one opponent play an Exploration, but I'm not super afraid of that. And we drew into a Dockside Extortionist, which I'm assuming is going to be really good later on once we get down that Korvold.
Yeah, it's really good. And already they're starting out with a Exploration and a Amulet of Vigor, which is going to fuel the Dockside.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about this. Do you think it was a misplay here to get the Steve early on, like on turn 2 to get it down, or do you think that's the right move here?
No, it's. I think it's the right move. You want to get into the 4 and 5 mana range
As quickly as you can.
Yeah, as quickly as you can. So using Steve now, I mean, everything is meant so that, like, in the future, if you drew Steve after you played Korvold, then you get that benefit of drawing a card. But you don't have to make sure you draw a card off everything.
Okay. So just get some value, and then once the Korvold comes down, then start to use that. Gotcha. I gotcha.
Right.
Oh, look at this. Jay Wander is getting down a Pyramid of the Pantheon.
Man, that Dockside's going to be awesome.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I don't know about you. When I first saw this card, I was kind of excited for it, and then I realized like how many turns it takes to start actually producing a net positive amount of mana is just so many turns.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, what do you think about Pyramid?
I feel like it's like you said, it's a little bit of a trap. You think, oh yeah, this could be Gilded Lotus, you know?
Yeah.
It's a cheap Gilded Lotus, but it's really not. And in the end, I think that if you're putting a lot of mana into making it happen, you're losing tempo on the board, and it's not something I play, and it would take a lot for me to play it. Like, it would have to really fit in the style of deck.
Yeah. Maybe a proliferate deck could use it if you're like incidentally proliferating on turn 2 and 3, but I don't think there's any deck that does that.
Are you thinking about fetching red mana at the end of this Fun Police's turn here, or?
Well, we drew into a Yawgmoth Thran Physician, so I was actually thinking about getting a second black source.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing I'm considering is we have like 2 artifacts and an enchantment on the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's already 3 treasures, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you know, we could get a Korvold down pretty soon. Like, we could like play the Dockside Pass. Look at that's 4 treasures already.
Yeah.
Like, we could play the Dockside Pass and then Korvold with treasures up. Not 5, but like some treasures, right?
Yeah.
And then draw some cards, and like if they kill a Korvold, okay, we cycled it. You know, we'll just play it later for like our big combo turn or something like that. That's my thought. The Thran would be like, I'd be more interested in having the Thran Physician if there was more creatures, more pressure, something to, you know, we could play a longer game, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That's kind of like what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, yeah, maybe I just want to power out a Korvold quick, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? I totally see that. I'm gonna go for that here. So I drew into a Llanowar Elves. I'll go ahead and play down a tapped land here, the Sheltered Thicket. I'll play out the Dockside Extortionist, and then I'll also play out the Llanowar Elves because, you know, extra mana is always good too. Really plays into that idea here.
Okay, now we already played the Extortionist, so that's great. That's fine. But the thing that I would be questioning is, like, if you had the Llanowar Elf, we could have played the Elf and then just maybe wait. No, we couldn't wait on the Extortionist because that's right. So play the Elf. Yeah, I'm with you. Then next turn we can play the Korvold just like with natural mana without using the treasures. And
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we can just
draw 4.
savage, savage the table. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get to keep our treasures, and hopefully we'll get to cast the Korvold and just go to town.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, with the Thran, with the Yawgmoth in the hand too, like we can sacrifice these creatures later on top of that. What do you think, by the way, we should sacrifice for when Korvold enters?
I think we should sacrifice the Dockside. Just get it out of there. And then I think also that we should try to keep a treasure, if all possible, so that we could cast the Thran, right? Because like if we keep a treasure, that gives us a black to cast to
cast Yawgmoth. Yeah.
So we don't want to, and obviously after you play Korvold, you don't want to just go like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice all these treasures. Let's see what we get. Spin the wheel. Oh man, that person just added a bunch of mana to their. Okay, Golos. Oh, I see what's going on here.
And they're going to have it untapped with the Amulet of Vigor. Okay. What's the worst that could happen? What do you think,
A
Jonathan?
lot of things actually could happen really bad. So what we need to think about is the possibility of having to deal with this Golos. That's really the question here. Like, what's the plan for the Golos? Do we have a removal spell in hand for the Golos?
We've got a Pernicious Deed, but that's all we've got in terms of removal. Unless you count like Yawgmoth's ability to sacrifice a creature, pay 1 life to put a -1/-1 counter on a creature and draw a card. Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty slow getting the Golos down to 0 toughness.
Yeah. There are some removal spells in the deck, and I'd be curious if one of the things that I'd be considering right now is, hey, do we want to play play our commander, draw the card from sacrificing the dockside, and then sacrifice a treasure to see if we can come up with like a removal spell. I would be considering that. I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just saying, well, if someone's not going to deal with this Golos, we're going to lose to the Golos. That's what's going to happen.
What do you think about that reality shift here being used, but not on the Golos?
Yeah, I saw. What did they use it on?
They used it on the white creature here, the Beacon of Destiny from Jay Wanders.
Well, I think because it came from Funkalise, he just wants to make sure that
I didn't even look at the name.
He just wants to make sure that nobody has fun. And so
I guess
obviously, except for the Golos player, he wants the Golos player to have fun, but not the rest of us.
Yeah. All right, so I drew here into a Cryptic Caves. I guess I can go ahead and play that down since we got land here for turn. And then I definitely want to use the Llanowar Elves mana, and I want to use our 2 colorless sources. After that, I need to tap for a black. We only have that from the Jungle Hollow. And then a red, I'm going to tap the Snow-Covered Mountain for that one. So we'll have the Sheltered Thicket as well untapped if we need that one here too. I like having that Cryptic Caves and also the Blighted Woodland. I don't see that card too often, but I think it's going to be really good here because we've got the Splendid Reclamation in hand. So if we can sacrifice a bunch of lands, we can get all those back with our card.
The cycle lands help with that too.
I'm going to go ahead and sack the Dockside Extortionist.
All right, let's hope we draw a Tragic Slip. That'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we drew into Gilded Goose.
Okay. Do we have? Here's some questions. Do we have anything that we can play? We have a Gilded Goose that we can play, right?
Right.
Do we have anything we can play for 2 mana? Like, do we have like a Grizzly Salvage or like?
We've got an Underworld Breach, but that's all we've got for 2 mana.
Underworld Breach.
I like your idea of sacrificing 1 treasure here just to draw 1 card. I would assume we're going to tap it for black. What do you think?
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I asked about the 2 mana cards, because like if we had a 2 mana card, we could sack it for black and then play one of the 2 mana cards if we miss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think we have to sack it for black and try to find a Tragic Slip or a Terminate or something of that nature.
Okay, so I drew into a Phyrexian Altar, which I guess means we can crack another treasure and play that down if we find nothing. How does that sound?
I like that, and we could even consider playing at that point. We can consider playing a.
We can sacrifice the Llanowar Elves to the altar to play at the goose, and then sacrifice the goose to the altar again too.
And then use the mana to play the Underworld or the Underworld Breach.
Yeah.
And then play the Dockside again. We can do that if we want to. So like let's sack another one. We're looking for a removal spell, so let's try to find one.
Should I go for black again?
I think so. I would go for black is fine.
Yeah.
Because the altar is the other plan here.
We drew into Baron Moor, so I'll go ahead and play it on the Phyrexian Altar here.
Okay.
Play that out, and then sacrifice the Llanowar Elves.
I like it.
Oh man, what a turn! What a turn!
So sacrifice the elf for black.
Or for green. I was gonna play out the Gilded Goose.
But I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Then we can get black out of the goose if we miss. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so I'll always yield to this. I don't know why I didn't auto yield to the Korvold earlier. We drew into a Reclamation Sage, which is going to be... I mean, that's one way we can get rid of the Golos.
Yeah. Okay, so I think right here is where we say, let's go for the Reclamation Sage. We don't want to go too... Well, wait, can we still pull off playing the Dockside and then Reclamation Sage and net something? Can we net somewhere?
Yeah, let me see. How many artifacts are there out there? One or
two,
artifacts
three,
and enchantments?
4, 5.
5, okay. So, 2 mana... Hold on a second. 2 mana... Yeah, we have to have 4 mana at least to escape the Dockside Extortionist. We only have 3 mana right now.
You would have 3. You would not be able to escape the Dockside without sacrificing the Korvold. So let's just go for the
Reclamation Sage.
Rec Sage on the Golos.
Okay, let me go ahead. I'm going to sacrifice these treasures, and we can always sacrifice a Gilded Goose as well. Or do you think we should keep it around?
The goose?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should keep it. I think we could play the goose. We could sacrifice the Rec Sage after, and then play the goose.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then I can sacrifice for black mana to be able to cycle away the Baron more.
Well, if you sacrifice for black mana, you can't play the goose, but you can do that if you want.
Well, I meant sacrifice the goose for black mana.
Oh yeah. If you want to do that, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play out the Reclamation Sage, use it to get rid of the Golos. Yeah, get rid of the Golos. And then sacrifice the Reclamation Sage for Gilded Goose in the hand for mana. And we're just going up. We're just going up in cards here. We're already up to 8 cards in the hand.
Yeah, it's sick.
Sick value, man.
And the great thing is Korvold is like a 10/10 right now, which is like two hit kill.
Yeah. So. This is really going off the rails. We're riding on the value train, and there's no stops ahead. All right, so the goose is coming down. We'll make some food. I don't know if you're getting a little hungry, but the goose has brought some food.
Now,
for us.
I would not sack the goose yet. I would just chill because the Baron Moor could be done at instant speed, and who knows, you might need to get that tragic slip. You know what I mean? You might need to have the option to get the tragic slip or something.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, I'll keep that Baron Moor in hand here. Now I've got Baron Moor and then 2 other lands in hand, Snow-Covered Mountain and Snow-Covered Swamp. You think it's okay for me to discard the mountain?
Yeah. Pitch the mountain. That'll be good too because we need fodder for that Reclamation, Splendid Reclamation.
Splendid Reclamation, yeah. Okay, awesome. So we're on the same page here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Hopefully our opponents aren't thinking like, oh my gosh, that turn was just too crazy. Time to take care of them and get them out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, we made ourselves the big threat, and we removed the Golos, which, hey,
it kind of had to happen, yeah.
We had to do it, but the thing is now the Golos isn't the threat. And so we've fully taken the threat on. Mm-hmm. But, we have the firepower. We have 7 cards in hand. We have a sacrifice outlet. We have there's a lot of points they need to attack us to get us,
to put us back under. I got you.
Right. And the fact that we're really close to a decent Splendid Reclamation is pretty good, Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things about Splendid Reclamation is you want to keep in mind it is really for like a big combo turn with your
Korvold?
Well, with Korvold and Squandered Resources. So the idea is you play Squandered Resources, you sacrifice all your land, and then you play a Splendid Reclamation, getting all the lands back, sacrificing them again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. I'm following you.
Yeah, it's usually a pretty big endgame thing. Since you have what I want to say is that I would not get rid of both the Breach and the Splendid Reclamation. Since you have the Breach, you can play the Splendid Reclamation for value. If you did not have the Breach, I would not play it for value and just try to ramp out. Mm-hmm. I would hold on to it for that combo turn. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. So Golos is coming back down here, but I do have Sylvok Replica in my hand, so we can take care of that without having to really, use up as many resources as we did last turn.
Right. That's great. Sylvok Replica. And also we're going to draw a card from that.
Oh, yeah, we will.
If the Korvold stays around.
Yeah, if Korvold sticks around. I'm thinking we sacrifice the Gilded Goose at the end step of Fun Police. Uh-oh.
Well, who's going to get that Bajuka Bog? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, they targeted us with the Bajuka Bog here.
Oh, did they? Oh,
yeah.
Bummer. See, this is another good reason that we didn't Baron more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we got that in the hand still. So when we do have the Splendid Reclamation, at least we've got that land in the graveyard. Okay, well, you know what? Ultimately, this is not going to be as intense of a turn as otherwise with the Underworld Breach for the Dockside Extortionist. But I think this is okay. I think this is probably okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, they haven't touched a Korvold yet. I mean, hopefully they don't. But
yeah, they're losing the mana here. They're just wasting the mana.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I mean, depending on what we draw, we could just kill them. Because, I mean, if we sacrifice, like 9 more things, like,
it'll be game over.
We just kill them with Korvold. So, I mean, and that's a possibility. Because we have a food token, we have a Gilded Goose, we have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, this Golos here, for those of you that haven't seen it yet, it's 5 mana for a legendary artifact, 3/5 scout. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. And as though being able to tutor for any land wasn't bad enough, you can also pay 7 mana, exile the top 3 cards of your library, and play them this turn without paying their mana cost. So, certainly a very powerful commander, and I think both me and Jonathan are afraid here for very good reasons.
Yeah, we need to either like remove that Golos or kill the player, because in the end the Golos will win the game. And not even in the end. Like if they get to untap with it, they're gonna go ham.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty.
I think, definitely going for that Sylvok replica would be nice. Now, I've got a question here. We're at the end step. Should I sacrifice the Gilded Goose to cycle away the Baron more? It would let us dig a little deeper. Maybe we find something else that we can do for the next turn.
The only thing I would say about that is that if you don't sacrifice the goose, then you can use the goose to sacrifice the food, which draws a card, puts a thing on Korvold. Then you can sacrifice the goose next turn. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you have to pay 2 mana into the food. This way you make mana out of the food, which gives us more opportunity to get to that high threshold, where we might just be able to one-shot someone this turn.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, untap with the goose. And we drew into another cycling land. So I think you're right. I'm going to start off by sacrificing the food. Worst case scenario, it makes us a mana and draws us a card. I'm going to go ahead and tap it. Sacrifice the food for black.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's tap it for green, because we do need green mana for the Sylvok.
For the replica if we do that, go that route.
Yeah. No matter what we're trying to go for, I think the green mana for the Sylvok replica is going to be part of it anyways. Normally I keep going for black because we only have one source of black mana.
But we have one in our hand too, so.
Oh, I'll go ahead and play that out then. Yeah.
Well, wait. Don't play it out until we have all the information. Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry.
Because like as we're drawing, we're gonna draw a bunch of cards, so we might want to play a tapped land or something if we're not going to use the mana. So I always like to hold things, because we also have our Cryptic Caves, that we can sack as well to get things up there.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot.
And I just drew into an Edge of Autumn, so maybe the value Splendid Reclamation turn is right now.
It could be. So what's the next step? That's the question.
Let me count out the mana. This one, it returns stuff. It'll return it to the battlefield tapped. So we need to make sure that we have at least 4 mana, and there has to be 8 mana if we're going for the Splendid Reclamation this turn. We only have exactly 8 mana, so we wouldn't be able to go for, we wouldn't be able to sacrifice the Cryptic Caves, for example, right now. So I think
we won't be able to sacrifice the Cryptic Caves if we go for the Splendid Reclamation. I don't think we have to go for the Splendid Reclamation. I think the next thing is sack the Gilded Goose, make a mana, draw a card, see what we do. Maybe use one of the manas to sacrifice the Cryptic Cave, or tap a land to sacrifice the Cryptic Cave, and then cycle the Edge of Autumn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have some play here. Let's keep drawing. That's what I think.
Yeah. Looks like Jay Wonders has some type of response here. You think they're going for a path or swords on the commander?
I think they're probably tapping their things so that they don't have to respond.
Maybe. Okay. That's what it was.
Or whatever.
All right. We drew into a Field of the Dead.
Okay. See, and this is where maybe playing the field would have been better than playing the snow covered. But it's just a thought. It also means cycling away a land is like one of those questions, right? Like, do we want to cycle a land when you have a field dead? I think we do because we have Splendid Reclamation. So
yeah. Okay, so let me do this. I know the Cryptic Caves, we can sack it to draw basically 2 cards.
Yeah.
But for 2 mana, which is the same price for the Cryptic Caves, we can cycle both those lands away. So I say let's go for that. What do you think?
Well, the thing is about growing Korvold, right? Because, like, you can draw cards, but the other thing is we're going to grow Korvold by sacking the Cryptic Caves.
Okay. Yeah, you've sold me there. Yeah, we'll go for that. And then on top of that, we can sacrifice the Edge of Autumn. This might actually... I know we were kind of joking about it last turn, about it being like the turn where we make Korvold 21 power, but I don't know. We're only 7 away.
I mean, I wasn't joking about that, but yeah.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, it's actually happening. We drew into Avenger of Zendikar and then a Swamp.
So, can we play Avenger? How many mana do we have?
We've got 6 mana total.
Oh, we missed it by 1?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any creatures that make 2 things? Man, that's so savage. Because if we could play Avenger right now, we would basically one-shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the altar.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's think about this. I guess we could... If we sacrifice something on the Edge of Autumn...
Uh-huh.
Then what does that do for us? We draw 2 cards. We grow Korvold to a 15/15.
Mm-hmm. And then what happens is we've got 2 mana after we use the Sylvok Replica. So we can Sylvok Replica and use the Edge of Autumn, and then we'll have 2 mana left over.
Okay. I mean, I think we do that and see... Because, that's going to grow Korvold to a... 15, 16, 16, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and play out the Sylvok Replica here. And I'm leaving the Jungle Hollow and the Sheltered Thicket untapped because I think that's going to give us the best options for getting more stuff.
Mm-hmm. I might have cycled the other thing first because, like, if you float a mana, right, and then cycle it, then we draw 2 cards and we might have changed our play. Right now we've locked ourselves in by playing a 3-mana card when we could have just had the mana available to do something else. But, I'm not sad about that. I'm just saying there's a different way to do it maybe.
Yeah. I totally feel you on that one.
So, like, here's a good example. Maybe cycle the Edge of Autumn now before we use the green to activate, because then we're going to draw 2 cards off the Edge of Autumn. Who knows what we might... What if we draw that land card I was telling you about,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Drew into a Thrashing Brontodon and then Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
So at least Once Upon a Time, I feel like that's probably not a bad use of our 2 mana that we have left over. It's right. It's an instant too, so we don't have to use the mana up right now.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to go ahead and use the Sylvok Replica, get rid of the Golos. How's that sound?
So we have to think about this. I agree that sounds good, but now think when we attack with Korvold, we're going to have to sacrifice something. So that's going to put us down to 3 mana. And next turn, we have to be sure to be able to cast the thing that gets our lands back, right?
Okay, yeah. I actually do have an untapped land in hand. I've got a Swamp. So if we're planning on going for the Splendid Reclamation next turn, I can cycle both of these instead of casting Once Upon a Time. And then that allows us to... Like, we can even discard the Field of the Dead at the end step, too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's Sylvok the Golos and then we'll smash
sack a
in.
land.
Yeah, sack a land, smash in. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, losing that Dockside Extortionist, I think, really, really, really hurt. But ultimately, I think this is fine. Well, I'm a little low on the clock, though. I'm down to 41 minutes. Definitely, I think overthinking maybe a couple of things.
This will be
here,
over soon. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just joking.
So I guess now with the 16-16 Korvold, I guess hit the Golos player.
Yeah, let's put him on the clock. I think he's the one who's the most threatening besides us.
Yeah, especially attacking Fun Police would actually make us have to pay for that propaganda.
Yeah, we don't want that. And we got to keep the police around.
Yeah, the police. That's what. There's a band like that, right? I don't know. I don't listen to music. Music's not my friend. I'm kidding. All right, so we're gonna go and sacrifice the mountain.
I want to sack the Blighted because that thing does not make colored mana.
Oh.
And we're a far way off of activating it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, no biggie.
Yeah.
We'll smash for 17. What did we draw?
We drew Savage Lands. We also have the Executioner's Capsule in hand, too.
Oh, did we could have played the Executioner's Capsule and sacrificed that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of our land. But
oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true, but having that available, I mean, we're going to get that land next turn anyways, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's an option. Like we have, it is an option. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I'm not saying I play the deck optimally or anything. I'm just saying there's options, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. That's the one thing I'm seeing so far. There's like so many different things we can do here. So at 13 cards in hand, I've got 4 lands I can discard, including those 2 cycling lands, keeping the swamp in the hand. I don't know what else to get rid of. Do I get rid of the Once Upon a Time, or do I cast that one instead of cycling the 2 lands? Like, what do you think?
I think it's
I think I gotta go for the Once Upon a Time now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we don't really need anything off the Once Upon a Time, but we don't want to really cycle the lands, do we? We don't. We want to cycle the lands, but we don't want to have to discard actual cards, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. The problem is if they eat our graveyard again, and we throw those cycling lands away, we are going to be in big trouble next turn.
Do you think they'll have another Bojuka Bog? I mean, they're playing black, but we've got the other 2 opponents being mono white and mono blue.
I'm just saying, how do we lose the game? We lose the game by not getting our lands back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we're already down to 3 lands. I feel like we're kind of in it now at this point.
Yeah. So I would hold the cycling lands. I'd sacrifice. I'd hold the cycling lands. Toss the other lands. Except for the swamp. So cycling lands and swamp, keep those. Keep the Avenger. Get rid of the...
so we keep Splendid Reclamation and the Underworld Breach for sure. And then you want to get rid of the Avenger of Zendikar?
No, keep it.
Keep that one? Okay, so that means we've got one card we can keep left. So we're keeping the 2 cycling lands, the basic swamp, Zendikar, Underworld Breach, Splendid Reclamation. Should we keep the Field of the Dead, Savage Lands, Executioner's Capsule, Once Upon a Time, the Thrashing Brontodon, Yawgmoth Thran Physician, or Pernicious Deed? Those are
keep
options.
The deed. Keep the deed. Throw the rest out.
Okay. All right. So we'll say goodbye to Field of the Dead, Savage Lands, Executioner's Capsule, Once Upon a Time, Thrashing Brontodon, and Yawgmoth.
We are going to make if they do not remove our graveyard, we are going to make a lot of zombies next turn.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about. I'm really excited about this. This is going to be pretty epic.
Maybe enough zombies to cast our
Avenger of Zendikar.
Avenger. Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Hold on a second. So we'd be getting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. We've got 3 already. So we're making 5 2/2s. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We got the Tranquil Thicket and the Barren Moor as well. So, looks like there's going to be someone casting a Smother Tithe, and someone goes for a counterspell in response.
They had the counterspell the whole time, and they didn't even mess with our play. Oh, man, I'm so glad our Splendid Reclamation did not get counterspelled. We just lose the game on the spot.
Oh, that'd be horrible. I mean, we could always Underworld Breach it. I know it's kind of a stretch, but there's that backup, right?
We do have the backup, but
it's better not to have to go to the backup.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so... yeah, I really like your idea about keeping the 2 cycling lands in here, because now we can alternate between if we want to actually use them as lands or if we want to put them in our graveyard.
Right. We have a lot of options that way. I like that too. And even though we had a lot of gas, we really have everything we want. We have it all, man. And hopefully we can just, take it home,
go
man.
Off like crazy.
We just want to go off. This Golos player is dead, man. They need to remove our Korvold immediately.
Yep. Because they cannot let it stick around. I mean, it's naturally...
Even though we can't cast Avenger next turn, we're going to have 5 zombies, right? If all goes well. So we'll get 5 zombies, but that's 5 mana that we can draw 5 cards make 5 mana, and we're going to draw something cool that we can cast, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh, create a treasure token. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of mana.
I mean, here's the thing, though. If they keep them around for our turn, you know, we're going to pernicious deed all that stuff. I mean, yeah, we'll probably just kill them, but you know, we could deed that whole board away.
Yeah, mnemonic wall.
Getting the bounty back.
Yeah. Do they have enough mana for it? I think they do. I think they've got 7. Oh, they've got 8. Yeah, they've got mana for it to be able to cast
I think they net something if they cast it off their treasures.
Yeah, they'll be going from 8 up to, let me see here. They've got 10 on the board, so they'd be gaining 3. So they'll go up to 11 treasures. With 11 treasures, they can cast their Golos for 9. Then they'll have 2 mana left over. Okay. I don't know if that helps them.
Well, I don't know, man.
They would be able to get like Maze of Ith, for example. That's something that they could get and then untap it with the Amulet of Vigor.
Oh, that's true. How do we deal with the maze? I think we have ways to deal with the maze. We have, we should have ways, or.
Yeah, I think we've got. I think there's things in the deck too that will be able to deal with it. I might have seen like I think there was a Tectonic Edge in there. I think when I was looking.
I think we have a Tectonic Edge. We have a Strip Mine. We have a Strip Mine.
Okay.
And then we also should have an Acidic Slime. Yeah, we have Acidic Slime. So
okay.
If they do get Maze, I think we're covered.
Yeah. Let's see if that's what they do. Again, they do have those 2 treasures left over. They said that they think they're dead. I mean, I guess if they don't have the Maze, then yeah, they're going to be dead here. Which I would assume Maze would be like a really good inclusion in most Golos-based decks, where in situations like this, where you can deal with a creature with 1 land, like that's going to be the one to get. They grabbed Valakut.
I don't think any other players are going to really mess with us this turn because we're going to kill the Golos player. Now, if someone does mess with us, maybe we just kill them out of spite. So, I mean, that is the thing. We have a big stick right now, so... You know, if our stuff gets countered or something, yeah, someone's going to get a big smackdown. Okay.
All right, so we got some zombies coming in at us since we're open.
Yeah,
that's not take it. Yeah. It's a small price to pay.
Leave me with 1 life point and I'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if we go for that Splendid Reclamation, we create a bunch of zombies. I guess it just depends on what we end up, like what those zombies end up doing for us, like what we draw into. Maybe we'll be able to play the Avenger of Zendikar anyways. I mean, we have the Underworld Breach in hand. Maybe something would allow us to actually produce more mana from the graveyard. I know we had that Dockside Extortionist, which is in the Exile Zone, but maybe there's another card that's like that can produce a lot of mana for us.
Everybody's tapped out. I love moments like this. It's just great.
Do we go for the cycling in response? I think we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and cycle here in response so that we can just get them fewer cards. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe we'll draw into a removal for the Sphinx with our sacrifices. We drew into a Spring Bloom Druid.
Okay.
And then the other cycling here with the Jungle Hollow mana. We've got 5 card types in the graveyard, 4 creature cards. I've actually never seen the graveyard show both of those. We've got Dead of Winter in hand.
Okay. It's not super helpful right now, but, you know. Oh, yeah. Wow. This is going to be really bad for us. We're going to have to Executioner's Capsule that thing.
Before we can do anything?
I don't know. I don't think we can afford to do it before we can do anything because we kind of need to get all our lands back. But ouch, that's going to hurt.
You know what? We can do it this way. We can let them draw like the 2 cards from our draw step, and then an additional 2 cards. But then after that, we can Executioner's Caps. Oh, but that's not. It's in the graveyard.
Oh, it's in the graveyard.
Yeah, we
might just need to attack them. With the Korvold. We have to think about this. This is a really question because the problem is we might need a Splendid Reclamation and then attack them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then they have to block, because we cannot let them draw, like, how many cards are they going to draw? Like, lots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, was it 10 cards they're going to draw? I don't know if we
Yeah.
can let them do that. I really don't know if we can do that. Let them.
So the problem is we do have the 4 mana to go for the Splendor Reclamation. However, they have that propaganda. So we'd have to actually sacrifice 2 of our zombies to pay for the propaganda. And at that point, the Consecrated Sphinx is as good as it's going to get.
Yep, that's true. I guess
Yeah.
we just kill the Golos player. Well, first obviously let's Splendid Wreck and get our stuff.
I drew into a Colony Garden, but I'm still going to play out the Swamp because sacrificing that token here to the Phyrexian Altar is probably not going to be as good. Right?
Well, think about it. Hold on a second. Because we draw an extra card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Korvold gets a little bit bigger. We already gave up on the Sphinx, right?
Yep.
So, like, the Colony Garden actually just draws us an extra card, no?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play it on the Colony Garden, create that token, sack the token to the altar. They will get to draw more cards with the Sphinx. But, I mean, we've got... I'm hoping maybe we can draw into some more snow-covered lands so that this Dead of Winter is feasible. Maybe that's going to let us get back out of this. I don't know.
Well, I mean, after they're going to have 10 cards, so, like, whatever. I mean, they're going to have, like, more than 10. They're going to have 1,000,000 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. We drew into a Woe Strider.
Oh, that's so good.
Does that net us mana here?
No, it's 3 mana, it makes 2.
Okay. Well,
but it is a combo piece. The next thing we're going to have to look for, okay, we're going to kill this first person with Korvold, but after that our Korvold is not long for the world. It's going to get Pongified or whatever. So then the next play is to just combo them. We're going to try to combo them with the Sacrifice and Mayhem Devil. So we got to start looking for pieces like Woe Strider, Underworld Breach is great to have in hand, and then the other one is the Squandered Resources is going to be the key card we want.
Okay. I'm going to go and play out the Splendor Reclamation right now. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds great. Let's make some zombies.
I just realized we could have... Oh, no, actually, no, we couldn't have done that. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking that we could sacrifice a land to Korvold and then Splendor Reclamation it back out, but that's not going to work here.
No. Could we have done that?
No, because the Colony Garden entering in tapped is what allows it to sacrifice it without losing mana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, yeah. I guess if I had waited to sacrifice that token, I had sacrificed the Colony Garden. Yeah, we could have been okay. Maybe not.
No, but we won't have enough to... I guess we would have enough to kill because our dude's like a 17/17.
Yeah, I mean, Korvold at this point is so big that if we don't put any counters on it at all and we attack Raziel Seraphon, this is our second opponent, they're going to be dead because they're 4 away from lethal.
Yeah.
So now we've created 7 zombies.
That's Avenger.
You want to go for Avenger?
Oh, that's Avenger. Let's see. Hold on. Do we just win the game here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That gives us 12 mana and 12 card draw. I think we have enough to just find the combo and kill everybody.
Okay. Just sacrifice zombies?
Yeah, let's just sacrifice zombies to play Avenger.
Okay. Yeah, I like this. Ooh, boy. This is... what a deck.
Spicy!
What? Wow. This is crazy. I'm going to auto yield to this Consecrated Sphinx now.
Yeah. We're just hoping for like no Force of Will or something, but what we can do is we can find a Tragic Slip, and then we could just kill the Sphinx and kill the blue player, and then deed the Golos player out of the game,
I've got some good news. We just drew into a Deep Forest Hermit, so we can get even more card draw than we were talking about before.
Yeah, and we could get more mana, because that's the, so yeah, let's play the Avenger, play
the Hermit first, right?
Well, yeah, either one, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Forest Hermit first because maybe we find something that allows us to put more lands onto the battlefield before the Avenger of Zendikar. I don't know how likely that is, though, right? Probably not that likely. Sacrifice a creature. these little like dings and stuff, they're kind of cool, but sometimes they confuse me. They make me think someone's responding to it. You know?
Oh man, this is sweet.
I don't know if you feel this way too, but sometimes I find like when I let my friend borrow my deck, like they do better with it than I do.
Yeah, I don't usually feel that way, but I could see that happening for sure.
I drew into a Viscera Seer and a Bajuka Bog, also a Painful Truths.
Okay.
So
keep going. Those are not so much. What we want, really what we want is this Mayhem Devil. And then, like, we want Mayhem Devil and something like, Squandered Resources. Those are the two cards we really are looking for right now.
Okay. I'll let you know if I find either the Mayhem Devil or the Squandered Resources. I'm going to go back to sacrificing creatures here. So I'm going to sacrifice the Deep Forest Hermit.
Right.
And then I guess we can start sacrificing some squirrels. Yeah, look how big the Korvold is now. 23-23.
Yeah, it's dumb. It is dumb.
Vessel of Nascency is the next card that we draw into.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and sacrifice here for white. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be sacrificing all the tokens to make enough mana for the Avenger of Zendikar. Draw into a Rugged Highland. Yeah, we drew into another forest, by the way, earlier on, but I guess it didn't really matter. We already played our land for turn.
Right.
Sacrifice another squirrel. Man, this altar is doing a lot of sacrificing today. I can only imagine how many like dead bodies are piled up on this thing.
There are a lot.
We drew into a Goblin Bombardment. Does that help us?
No, not yet. No, because we need something that passively pings when something dies. Are we going to have enough for the Avenger? It does not look like it.
No, we've got 4 mana right now. I'm sacrificing something here, and we've got 3 tokens left over.
Okay.
We drew into a Zulaport Cutthroat, which I think that's probably a combo piece too,
That
right?
is. Yep, that's like the Mayhem Devil. So we'll cast that first off the Avenger. After we cast the Avenger, then we'll cast the Zulaport next.
Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice our 2 zombies here. Yeah, we're gonna be right at 7 mana. A lot of moving pieces here in this deck.
Yeah, for sure.
Look how many cards the blue player has, though. 28.
Oh, man. Let's just hope they don't have a Force Wheel. That would be gross.
Yeah. Or even like a Pact of Negation. Really anything that's free here would be pretty bad. We drew into the Mayhem Devil here.
Great.
So I think now it's time for the Avenger.
Right.
Yeah?
Avenger, yep.
Okay. Do you think we might have enough mana to go for the Underworld Breach and to get back those cards from the graveyard? Or no?
We could play the Avenger from the graveyard again. If we wanted to with the Underworld Breach. Just to get more mana. But we don't really need to do that yet, right? I think if we play... I think we need to play the... I think the first thing we need to play is the Zulaport right now. Because then everything we sacrifice starts to kill the opponents.
Okay. And I think with the Zulaport Cutthroat, it's probably going to be best to hit Fun Police.
It's everyone.
Oh, it's each opponent. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was target.
Right. So, actually, Fun Police is just dead. No. The Golos player is dead with Zulaport. Because we're going to, by the time we've done sacrificing everything...
Mm-hmm. Then everybody's going to be here. Yeah. I gotcha.
Right.
I gotcha.
And then we're going to draw the slip, and we're just going to kill Fun Police by killing the Sphinx and attacking into Fun Police. So we just count the Golos player as dead to sack triggers.
And not even worry about them anymore.
Yeah, at this point, we don't even,
All right, so I drew into the Squandered Resources.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and play out the Zulaport Cutthroat.
Yep.
And then we go for the Squandered Resources, sacrifice every land as well, and then Underworld Breach all the Splendor Reclamation out again? Is that the plan?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for that. And then if they don't quit by then we're going to have another 15 zombies or something, and we're going to just be able to sacrifice all our zombies to kill the board. So
okay, awesome.
We did it.
I'm going to start off by... Sorry, what'd you say?
I said we did it.
Yeah. I'm going to start off by sacrificing the Avenger just in case we do have enough mana to get that out from the graveyard from the Underworld Breach as well. But like you said, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get there. Always yield to the Zulaport Cutthroat. Yeah, wow, what a game. What a game.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right, we drew into a Vandal Blast, but again, I don't think that really matters.
Nope.
We're going to go ahead and sack another plant here for green mana. Put those abilities onto the stack, and then cast out these squandered resources. Do you think it's fair to just sack all the lands right now? Like,
no,
just do that
not
first?
Yet,
or
not yet, because we still are worried about a Force of Will, right?
Okay.
We just have to be careful. I would say, let's play slowly. I mean, we're already playing super slow, and people are salty about it. But, like, we have to be methodical about it, because one Force of Will at the right time could, like, really ruin things.
Okay. Yeah, I totally see you on that one. So what's next? Do we go for the Underworld Breach now?
I think we could go for if we sacrifice those 8 plants, right?
Yeah.
And then make I guess the Underworld Breach, or do we want to sacrifice 3 plants, make Mayhem Devil?
Yeah, that one we can do. I think that does sound better here, because now we're also getting up in the damage there as well. So probably should have cast that first. Kind of having a secondary. Well, actually, hold on a second. We need to make sure that we have enough mana to be able to get the Underworld Breach and then produce mana from the graveyard.
We do, because we have 11 lands that we can sacrifice.
Oh, so we're good. We're good on that. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, we're good on that one. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing about the other thing, though, is that it's gonna make you target someone with the Mayhem Devil.
The Mayhem Devil.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to target someone every time.
Can I target the Consecrated Sphinx?
Yeah.
You think that's a good idea, or should I just hit them? Because now every time if we do it that way, every time I'm sacrificing something, they're gonna lose 2 life from that.
Yeah. Target the Consecrated Sphinx with the Mayhem Devil, because then at the end, really what we're gonna do is be able to just attack the blue player, if we have to.
Okay. There's also the option. I mean, they're at the same life total as Jay Wanders. So what if we say, like, we don't have to deal with the Consecrated Sphinx to attack Jay Wanders. We take them out. Raziel's probably going to be dead from the triggers. Then we can double up the triggers on Fun Police, and then we've got a way to win against each one of our 3 opponents.
I like it. Don't attack yet, though, right?
It's still going to be a long ways away before we're...
Yeah, I like that. So just shoot Fun Police with every Mayhem Devil trigger.
Okay. And I'll put that as auto-target. I also drew into a Blood Artist. So that one I guess I could put on Raziel. Right, target them with the Blood Artist, target Fun Police with the Mayhem Devil, and again, now we're really, really set to kill everybody. Or should I not even cast the Blood Artist here?
I mean, do we want? I guess, right? Like, it just superpowers everything, so we might as well.
Yeah, I say let's do it too. Let's sacrifice a creature for black. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice a plant, and we have to pay 1. I'll go ahead and sacrifice another plant here. Sacrifice a creature, sacrifice a plant. Oh yeah, this is way faster here. Like using it as a mana ability instead of as a triggered ability. So we're gonna go ahead and choose Fun Police. Put those at the bottom. Choose Fun Police, and then put the rest of these on the stack here.
Jay Wanderers is not happy.
Yeah.
They said no wonder they asked us not to scoop. I'm sorry. This is what happens at some commander tables,
Yeah. I wish that it was a little bit easier to do this on Magic Online. Like having to wait like half a second, after everything is making it harder.
Oh yeah, when you have a lot of triggers. The thing is that when you're sitting at a table, you just say, "Oh, I'm targeting you with all these," and there's 15 of these, and there's going to be 25, and
and you can really shortcut a lot easier. Yeah. We drew into a Grumgully the Generous. I'm assuming, is that in here for like a persist combo?
Yeah, that's for the persist combo with. Murderous Redcap.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I'm going to go and save the targets for the Mayhem Devil here and let those resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Raziel says, I'm sorry, but I kind of want to play another game. Well, you know what? You're in luck because for everybody that's watching, I'm actually going to be part of the game that Jonathan's going to be doing, playing my deck. And the deck that you chose... I can't remember what it was actually. What deck did you choose?
I chose the Blink deck.
The
red,
Jess
white, blue
guy,
Blink deck.
Yeah, Jess guy with Bruce Tarl and Crom.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Blood Artist down. Well, I guess this makes it easier. With the Blood Artist, we just hit Jay Wanderers. But again, it's not really going to change what we were planning on doing for this turn anyways.
With the Blood Artist, just hit Fun Police because we're going to attack Jay Wanderer, right?
Oh, yeah, that's even better, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play out the Underworld Breach now. What do you think? You think this is the right time?
Yeah, let's Underworld Breach, and then we'll play the Avengers Zendikar, and then we will, win the game.
I believe that's what the kids call the W. Yeah, I mean this is definitely going to be game over. Again, like you said, unless Fun Police has the Force of Will effect in hand.
Yeah, at this point, the Force of Will is not even going to save them because we can always just sack 6 lands against the Consecrated Sphinx, and then attack them with the Korvold. So, the Force of Will is not going to save them at this point. They will kind of disrupt our plans, but the blue player is going to die no matter what. So
they're going to die with a bigger hand than library.
Yeah. All these cards were nowhere to go.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been playing Consecrated Sphinxes in a lot of my decks. I just feel like it's just hits the game at such an awkward time nowadays.
Oh, I'm so happy when they tap out for Consecrated Sphinx because it's just go time.
Yeah, that's another thing. You have to have more than 6 mana if you want to be able to protect your Sphinx too. On top of that,
yeah.
So it's just so hard.
Well,
to
with the new counter spell though, if you have a commander out, you can Fierce Guardian, and
or even go for the Flawless Maneuver. So if someone tries to destroy, you just make it indestructible in response for free too. Yeah, so there's a couple of things. Yeah, those new cards, I'll tell you, like those, I think are going to change Commander a lot more than anything we've seen recently. It's just going to be so crazy with people casting like huge effects like that for free. We drew into Elvish Visionary, Commander Sphere, Prismatic Vista, Viridian Zealot. All right, so you say let's go for the Avengers Zendikar first here?
Well, the first thing I would go for is the
Splendid Reclamation?
Yeah, the Splendid Reclamation.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you can sacrifice, something in 3. Okay, they're gone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Fun Police is hanging in there. I don't know if you can sacrifice in response. That's the safer thing, but I guess it doesn't really matter. If you sacrifice all your lands,
Yeah, I'm just worried that if I try to use Splendid Reclamation, it's going to automatically only stop once I've hit 4 lands.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do it that way, you should sacrifice the lands and hit the Sphinx with the triggers. So...
Okay, so I'm going to change this now.
Yeah, change the Mayhem Devil to the Sphinx, and then when you sacrifice your lands, at least the Sphinx is gone, right?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then you're not stuck with no lands, and then they figure out a way to stop us from doing what we want to do.
Now I've got a question. I know in the past there was a bug with Squandered Resources where if you sacrificed a colorless, it still has it. Hold on. I try to turn this off. Yes, it has the target saved. Let me see if I can fix this again. I might just have to turn off all my. Yeah, I gotta turn off all my. Okay. Turn off all my yields.
Yep.
And that should stop the auto targeting here. I mean, they are down to 24 though. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna say with the Squandered Resources, there was a bug where if you sacrifice a land that cannot produce colored mana, then you can't actually pick any mana, and you kind of just get stuck there. Do you know if that's still the case on Magic Online?
I don't know. It's if you get stuck, that sucks. But if you just can't produce mana, that's no big deal. As long
if you can't produce mana, I don't think that's going to be a problem here either. But yeah, the way that I remember it was that it would just ask you to select something, and it would give you no options for what you can select for.
And then you just get stuck, and you can't do anything else.
Yeah, and you're just it's just waiting on you, but you can't do anything. Okay. So, should I avoid sacrificing the lands that can only produce colorless mana?
Should. Yeah, I think you should avoid
just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, I didn't know about that bug, but that would be annoying.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like that anymore, but let's just wait and see. Also, I've got only 41 cards left in my library. Will I be... I drew into the Tragic Slip. Should I go for that now?
Yeah, just slip it.
Okay. Yeah, I just drew into that here. Yeah, all right, so we can Tragic Slip the Consecrated Sphinx.
Okay.
Get rid of that. And then... what about just attacking? Just like attack with the Korvold?
Well, we have mana in the pool, so we do want to at least finish the... Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they called it. They saw it being over. All right.
We did it.
What a game. Man, what a game. Do you think we did mostly okay there? I mean, obviously we won, so nothing we did badly
I'd
hurt
say
us.
We did pretty good.
Yeah. All right, Jonathan. Well, thanks so much for hopping on and being here on my channel. For those of you that are watching, make sure that you go over to Jonathan's channel. I'll have a link in the comment that's pinned just below. You just got to scroll a little down if you're on mobile or on computer. Scroll a little down, get that link, and go watch the video that I'm playing his deck over on his channel. So thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing Jonathan and all of you again. Make sure you're following, by the way, his Twitter and his podcast too. So see you guys next time, and stay awesome.